Hey everyone, off the Mike Sports Network here, giving you some more reaction. Another big head coaching move that happened today. Obviously, a lot of people are going to draw their attention to the Cowboys and them inexplicably hiring Brian Schottenheimer, and you can go watch that video here on the channel. I actually think, and this may be a hot take, because everybody's going to draw their conclusions that hey, Jags getting Liam Cohen and how shady that was. It was a good hire. Like Liam Cohen is a bright offensive mind. Ben Johnson, obviously, probably going to be at the top of the class given the reputation that he's built with the Lions and going to the Bears and him working with Caleb Williams. But I got to tell you, the Las Vegas Raiders might have made the best coaching hire this entire cycle. And here's why. Pete Carroll is a winner. And yeah, I understand that he's in his 70s, but that guy has the youthful exuberance of a guy about half his age. This guy has won wherever he's gone. He won at USC. He won with the Seahawks. Like, this guy has done it all. And he's been out of coaching for a year, sat away. He's actually been a professor at USC. But this guy, all he has done is build winning programs wherever he has gone. He had a long reputation with the Seahawks, went to 2 Super Bowls, won one. They probably should have won 2. Don't talk about that. If you're a Seahawks fan, I'm sorry. Had to bring it up. But listen, for a organization like the Raiders that have been, really struggling to try and find their identity and their way as an organization, really since Jack Del Rio was let go. They had Josh McDaniels there. I mean, they've gone through some other people. This Antonio Pierce thing didn't work. They've really been all over the place with their head coaches. And I mean, they had Rich Bisaccia in the building. They had John Gruden, and John Gruden, we know how that all ended. But Pete Carroll is going to come in right away. No bullshit, no nonsense. And he is going to establish a culture there. And for an organization that really has just been all over the map, they do need to find a quarterback. And I know there's already murmurs out there that maybe Russell Wilson might be the quarterback. I wouldn't do that. Like, that'd be a weird marriage. And also, like, Russ is past his prime. But I really believe in Pete Carroll in terms of his ability to lead. He's got the reputation. He's won. He's done all these things that you need to do. And for a team that really needs stability, I honest to God think that this is probably the best possible hire that they could have made outside of getting a Ben Johnson or a Mike Vrabel, which realistically, I don't think they were going to get either one of them. I know a lot of people were saying, yeah, Ben Johnson was Tom Brady was in his ear. Like, listen, Ben Johnson, seems like everything that he said is indicated he was always going to go to the Bears. So that's the first thing. And Mike Vrabel, even though he had the ties with Tom Brady and Tom Brady, effectively having a huge voice in that organization now, the minute the Patriots job came open, Mike Vrabel was going to go to the Patriots. So this is about as good of a hire as the Raiders could have made. Now, what they've got to figure out is who's going to be their quarterback, because a lot of people have been talking about Shedeur Sanders. Is Pete Carroll going to want to put up with that? I don't know how long Pete Carroll is going to be doing this. But like I said, he's a young 70-year-old man. Guy is just energy bound. Feels like he's bouncing off the wall, like with the way that just he carries himself. And like, I remember growing up here in Southern California when I was a teenager watching those USC teams. Those teams felt like an NFL team. And that was when Southern California, like, we didn't have a football team. And I wasn't a USC fan per se, but I always admired the way that Pete Carroll coached these teams and, was able to get the best out of them. And so many and really put USC, a heavy tradition rich program, back on the map. And USC has been chasing that for so long since he left and went to the Seahawks. And then the Seahawks have built this culture of winning and winning a Super Bowl. He did something there that had never been done in the history of that franchise. Went to a second one, probably should have won a second one. We'll leave that out of the discussion. And he had a over a decade long run there and really controlled that division and was at the top of the NFC for a really long time with an undersized quarterback And some players like a Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor and all these, the Legion of Boom, all these guys were like lower level draft picks. So he knows personnel. Like he knows how to develop talent. Like this is a really, really good hire. And I would dare say it might be the best hire of this entire 2025 offseason head coaching cycle. We'll see what the Saints do. Um, a lot of people are going to migrate to Ben Johnson with the Chicago Bears. But I really believe this just because of what he brings to the table. And it sort of came out of left field. And like everybody's going to stick around. Man, Pete Carroll's old. It's like, guys, think about everything that this man has done. I've already gone through it in terms of his long, like multiple decade career coaching in the NFL and in college. This is awesome. And for all my friends who are Raiders fans, some of whom are still trying to come to terms with the fact that they now are in Vegas, this is an awesome, awesome move. And it's just going to be interesting to see what happens day one and how this draft goes. I think they're picking sixth, who their quarterback's going to be, how they're going to build out this roster. And, you know, hey, Tom Brady's in the building there, which I still think is weird considering he's like the number one commentator for one of the major networks in partnership with the NFL, yet he's a part owner of a franchise. So, but I listen, I'm very excited for this Raiders franchise in terms of they actually, you know, did a pretty good job with this hire. So that's my thoughts on that. We'll have a lot more NFL content, also wrestling content. Perfect time to be here on the channel. 300 strong. Hit that subscribe button below. Love you guys. Appreciate all the love and support. I'll see you guys soon.